So this was a series I was suggested to make due to my morbid curiosity of beating my own near impossible difficulty in VMD, which is also my own mod. What is VMD? Vanilla Matter, or VMD for short, is a mod with a long storied history, but in the modern age can be summarized as a mod for Deus Ex 2000 that adds immersive elements, expands RPG systems, fixes truckloads of bugs, and improves quality of life. A lot of mods do that, so it's not the most detailed description, but it's the way VMD operates that defines it. Let's go into the systems. There are 5 systems working against me, and a few systems working for me, so I want to break these down. Antagonist systems. Number 1. Permadeath. The biggest and most notorious negative against me running Condemned difficulty is that you cannot save during the entire run. That's right, it's an Iron Man run, and any tiny slip-up has the potential to get you killed. The difficulty is defined by the tagline, "It's not if you can beat it, it's how far you can make it." Naturally, I'm going to try to beat it anyways, but we're going head-to-head with permadeath right out of the gate. Number 2. Infamy system. The second most important factor is the infamy system. Knocking out or killing enemies will build up the infamy score over time. Some kills are avoidable, so the score will naturally want to escalate. Normally, infamy is forgiven over time, but in Condemned, all infamy gained is permanent, no exceptions. Giving dudes results in 3 points being gained. Killing them results in 2 points being gained, or 1 point if the body is hidden in a dark location. Knocking them unconscious is 1 point, or 0 if the body is hidden in a dark location. As infamy increases, enemies will get better gear, better weapons and ammo, and will increase in numbers. The first 2 factors are not to be underestimated, because in VMD enemies can use ballistic armor, hazmat suits, thermoptic camo, and even medkits, as well as unique alternate ammos that make your life hell. The unique ammos include white phosphorus rockets, 30 out of 6 armor-piercing explosive rounds, 30 out of 6 trank rounds, armor-piercing shotgun slugs, taser shotgun slugs that can stun-lock you, and dragon's breath rounds that can make your life hell as well. Additionally, how enemies get gear and are reinforced is tied to the randomized seed, defined when a playthrough begins, and not all playthroughs are created equal. Number 3. Resource reduction. The third most notorious factor, in my opinion, is that a significant amount of loot in the run is going to be deleted and inaccessible, drawing resources thin. Specifically, any container that would house items in it has a high probability of being deleted. The exact probability can't be calculated as a flat percentage because it's instead based on a randomized seed of sorts. Some runs will be more generous to us, some will be less generous, and we'll have to be smart about how we use resources as a result. Is what I'd like to say, but because of permadeath, we'll still be in a situation where it's better to spend limited resources than to die, but spending those resources can still catch up to you. It's a catch-22. Number 4. Beefier enemies. Next, a factor that is not to be ignored is that enemies are smarter, faster, better aiming, and even tougher on Condemned. The number of factors is difficult to quantify, as I'd be here for a while, but suffice to say there are less of goons and more of hardened badasses, so stacking bodies to the ceiling is more difficult than ever. Combined with better gear, more numbers, and less resources to kill them with, this is a real beatdown that makes combat something genuinely afraid of, but stealth not much easier all the same. Number 5. RPG systems. So it could be supposed that one could just play slowly and carefully on Condemned, but I'd like to play with some bonus factors active. Many of them make the game require more micromanagement, which is itself made more practical due to the truckloads of quality of life enhancements, or else penalties can be enacted. These include a stress system that debuffs your combat performance, the potential to get hooked on phonics, and by phonics I mean drugs, advanced limb damage that can make you limp or become disarmed mid-fight, a hunger system that can kill you if not maintained, an immersive kill switch that is certified to make you miserable, and a smell system that can get you in extra trouble with bad guys and make stealth more difficult. These are numerous and hard to get into, and they are ultimately toggleable in some way, but I will be playing with these on for the genuine ass-whooping experience. On to favorable systems. Now that we've broken down the bad factors, let's quantify the ones that work in our favor, and why having a snack-splitting difficulty like Condemned is something desired in the first place. Number 1. Smoother combat. VMD is not primarily designed to overhaul combat in Deus Ex, but it does touch up some elements to run better. The assault gun has burst and semi-automatic modes, the sawed-off loads one shot at a time, the sniper rifle is now bolt action, shotgun spreads are more varied, to name a few tweaks. However, aim focusing rates are much faster in most circumstances, shots have better detection, how you damage enemies is clear feedback, and quality of life changes make it easier to manage weapon statuses, such as knowing rounds left in weapons or switching weapons in tighter situations. Number 2. Crafting system. Something that is more directly tied to skills, VMD is a crafting system, or rather 2 parallel crafting systems. Upgrading our medicine skill will allow us to do more medical crafting, and upgrading our hardware skill will allow us to do more mechanical crafting. Both of these use a resource unique to them, often acquired by breaking down various inventory items. However, as our skill increases, we can unlock more things to craft, including some VMD unique items. Not everything can always be crafted on the go, so sometimes we'll need to use medical repair bots to help our tasks. But more often we'll be using the crafting kits, which take up additional inventory space in exchange for the benefit they offer. Number 3. Skill rebalancing. In VMD, I have gone to great lengths to try and make all skills created equal, or at the very least, to often be viable. At the level of Condemned, some skills are arguably more essential than others, such as medicine to stay alive, but the point generally holds true. You can obviously beat Deus Ex 2000 without upgrading any skills, but with all these systems working against us, it's fair to say that investing in skills is a very smart thing to do. And of course, I'd be a dummy not to mention the new skill talent system. In the original game, skills are purely stat scaling, with 2 known exceptions that offer functional upgrades. In vanilla, upgrading heavy weapons to advanced level negates heavy weapon movement speed penalties, and upgrading computers unlocks various tiers of things you can better hack, including the ability to hack itself. In VMD, however, every skill has its place on the new skill map as of Phase 1.75, which has replaced the original skill trees of Phase 1 and 1.5. If that's all mumbo-jumbo, don't worry about it. Essentially, we unlock points to spend on talents as we upgrade skills, with points being made available faster for 2 skills we can resonate with. They will primarily define our build in most cases. Talents will sometimes increase raw stats, but often other functional upgrades as well. These are highly varied, and there are about 100 talents added to the game. We cannot have everything, even if we master a skill, so our choices will matter. While all talents are almost always equally viable, some are obviously more popular, so we'll have some preferences based on how Condemned itself plays out. However, in the spirit of variety, I'll be picking 2 random skills to focus on in each run, out of 11 skills in the game. Whatever I roll, I must get at least train level with out of the gate, and must also resonate with. The only reason I'm picking skills at random is not only to know how equal the skills truly can be, but also to mix up build variety and try to target Condemned from every conceivable angle. I might be as much of a pacifist as Gandhi, or I might be as much of a war criminal as Henry Kissinger. It really depends on what I roll in each run. This will also play with the theme of Condemned being a quasi-roguelike mode. With all that covered, let's get cracking. I'll be doing a run a day, at least if I can help it, and be marking each day with chapters you can skip ahead to, as some sections may become tiresome for someone to watch. Additionally, I'll also be keeping commentary to a minimum, or at least I plan to, with most commentary focusing on our build and how it progresses. Honestly, if I wanted to, I could rant for eons about every individual system in the game and or mod, so it's best to minimize that in the long term. Lastly, I'll also be keeping a death trackers and overlayering videos, specific to each mission number I die in. But honestly, there's generally a flow to things. I'll almost always go to MO3 or higher, almost always die in MO5 due to our immersive kill switch, and be most tested at Mission 6 or Mission 10. In my experience, if you can blow past Mission 10, be it loud or stealth, the rest of the game is generally in the bag. That being said, nothing's over till it's over, so heaven or hell, I hope someone will find this series enjoyable through the high highs and low lows.
That's about it. See ya.